William is a massive Manchester United fan, and William has been waiting for a considerable period of time while you and I have been lamenting over the rights and wrongs, merits and demerits of a ban. William, good morning. And I think you specifically want to talk to Simon about Lampard Chelsea, Ole United. Go for it.
Morning, guys. Great show, as always.
Thanks, William. Morning.
Simon, I'm left here completely dumbfounded by how you can think Lampard has got all this potential to be a great manager, and all he hasn't when we compare the two. If you look back at his Derby days, he had fleeting moments of good football, in his team, but it never worked out. Same with Chelsea. They've got a bunch of great players that don't fit together. They've got no identity whatsoever. Now, you compare that to Ole, who only had 30 games at Cardiff, didn't have a chance to even develop anything, went to Molde beforehand and after, took a team that were languishing mid to low table. This is an even lit playing field we're talking about here, where the dominance of that league was Rosenborg. Time and time again, he took a team that had won nothing in their history to winning multiple championships.
Yep.
He had a clear evidence of actually developing young players, developing an identity and winning. He then went to Manchester United, cleared out the dead wood after deservedly getting the job from an undertaker after a brilliant run. He's established an identity. He's gone from a team that were considered just a counter-attacking team to going from a team that can split you down the middle. They've got managers completely confused how Man United are going to play. Nobody knows if they're going to field Pogba Matic or Fred McTominay. They don't know if they're going to go Tellez on the wing, winging in crosses, or Luke Shaw. Nobody knows, because Ollie's got them right down to a T. He's got that progression. And by the way, in 2 weeks' time, on the 11th of February, just 2 weeks short, from the 11th of February last year to now, Manchester United have more wins and more points. So that's nearly a year. This isn't a fluke. It's not Ollie's. I think people are going on his unassuming nature and going, he's not going to be a great manager, when he's already proved more than Lampard. Finished above them last year with the youngest undeveloped team in the league, by the way. And this season, whilst City and Liverpool have got, Liverpool are 14th in the league for age and City are 16th in the league for age. They're both going to need to go through rebuilds.
There you go.
United still currently have the youngest team in the league, and they're sitting at the top. People have underestimated them massively. They've underestimated Ole massively.
So is there a question any time in my future?
Yeah, how can you say that Lampard has this potential to be a great manager, but Ole doesn't?
Okay, well, let me give you the answer to the question. My observations about Ole Gunnar Solskjær have always been based upon the premise that Ole Gunnar Solskjær needs to bridge the gap to be able to be where I think Man United should be, which is the poster boys for the Premier League, which is winning the Premier League. And I've always compared and contrasted him against Guardiola and Klopp and be able to bridge that gap, right? And at this moment in time, I have to give credit where credit's due, because the performance of Man United over recent times in what is becoming an increasingly mediocre league has been exceptional. So I give credit where credit's due. And the benchmark that I was used last week was asked a question about where I thought Ole Gunnar Solskjær was against the potential of Frank Lampard. And what you get with certain social media clips is not the nuancing of what you've actually said. The notion that I had was, in my view, as a former owner, looking at all the different facets of Lampard's journey, was that he had the potential to be a better manager than Ole Gunnar Solskjær, the potential if he was given time. Now, when you come up against adversity, which your boy has come up against on numerous occasions, he's been given the opportunity to overcome that adversity, whether it's bad runs of forms, getting knocked out of the Champions League in the group stage, or repeatedly losing semi-finals at times when you would expect Man United to continue to progress. Lampard didn't get that opportunity, so my points last week are almost moot, because they were qualified by the fact that I think he's got the potential based upon... I saw quite a lot of Derby games. I don't know how many you saw, but at the business end of Derby's season in the Championship, they overcome a Leeds team that everybody thought were a shoo-in to get into the Premier League. Okay, they lost in the playoff final, and that could be almost like criticising Ole Gunnar Solskjær to lose the semi-finals that he's lost. When Ole Gunnar Solskjær wins the Premier League, which has always been my default setting, and I've gone beyond that, and I've opened the can up on myself. I've opened the can of whoop-ass on myself about the notion that he'll win nothing. But when he wins something, when he wins the Premier League, I will be wrong. It will be binary. But my notion has always been that this guy's job, any job of Man United manager, is to win the Premier League and be the best club in the division.